Hello, everybody, and welcome to season 5 of Banana Island Living. And today, I can't say I'm excited because I've known Ugoma for, well, it seems like forever.
Forever.
But I'd like to say hello first.
Hi, hello. How are you? Nice to see you, Auntie Sade.
Yes, so,
It's been a long time.
But we
connected over smells.
Yes,
it was perfume that brought us together.
Yes.
It was perfume.
Yes.
And it was Stella McCartney.
How do you remember all
I
this?
can never
Your
forget.
memory is amazing.
Things like smell, like scents. Yeah, I'll never forget.
Well, like I always do, I always give a little bit of the backstory. But hey, Ugoma I have so much time for her. Ugoma, I'll give her full name. Ugoma Ebilah is an economist. How did that happen? Anyway, we'll talk about that later. Corporate finance professional. And then she had a pivot, a Damascene moment. Mm-hmm. You became a creative entrepreneur and cultural curator. Now, I'm wearing one of your...
Yes, it's so...
Do you know, it's so serendipitous because I was going to wear this today. Thank you. I was going to wear this today and I said, didn't I get that from Ugoma?
I can't believe it.
I just like how many years ago? This was from Zebra.
Yes, it was. This is one of our Oleku sets, and it's just nice to see it again. I get a lot of conversations from people who are still holding on to their Zebra items, trying to push me to restart Zebra. And I have good news: is that I don't know when. But
you're going to do it.
Something is coming.
Okay, if you need an older model, sort of geriatric,
something is coming.
I'm up for it. Okay, now tell me, what inspired you? How did you pivot from being a corporate finance person to doing this?
So it wasn't one scene. Yeah. It was like a series.
You didn't have a Damascene moment.
There was not that moment. But I would say that there was sort of elements of memory over my childhood.
Right. What bits of your childhood?
Memory of my childhood would be, my father being very anal about certain things and where they were placed.
Right.
Then I go further to like secondary school and going to Adese College with a principal who was herself a bit shabby.
Is that Miss
Howard?
Yeah, Miss Howard. Yes,
a bit shabby looking, but very dedicated to how things looked and where things were.
Right.
And then, A-levels and living with my sister who is an industrial designer, again, very conscious about space and aesthetics. And so I think that those things influenced. And when, of course, you go on your journey, there was no question. You had to study law or you had to study something.
Something that will pay the bills.
From law, ended up in economics.
Yeah.
I've always been very gifted at passing exams.
Yes.
So I'm an intelligent person, which means I can pass exams.
Yes, so.
But, that doesn't always mean anything.
Yeah.
And it's something that people should realize. So I'm great at passing exams. So, of course, I was top in, the social sciences, economics. And so you go and study economics, do a master's in economics, start on an investment banking path, move to Nigeria, and still bored.
Did you work in investment banking in Nigeria as well?
Yes.
Where was that?
Yes, so worked at Ocean and Oil Holdings in principal investment.
Yeah.
Was actually moved back to Nigeria by the great late Osaze Osife of blessed memory, who was very responsible for a lot of the pioneering in investment banking and private equity in Nigeria.
I think his last posting was First Bank or FBN.
Yes.
Yeah, because he was at ISI with my brother.
Yes. Osaze was, pivotal, and there's almost no one who's doing anything relevant in corporate finance or private equity today that does not have an Osaze story.
Oh, wow.
I haven't met the person. So, and he was also part of this pivot because he hired me based on my skills and my abilities to do the things that you do.
Yeah. In corporate finance.
You can do decks, yes.
Right,
you can talk,
yes.
You can present, you can do the math, you can do the modeling.
Yeah.
But he said this is not what you're meant to do.
Wow.
Yes, he hired me, paid me very well, and tolerated me faffing around the office, doing my job well, but not being present.
Yeah.
And so I was doing a lot of this finance work well-ish. But I didn't care.
Well-ish.
No, I was doing it very well.
Right.
And I still was even, they attempted to hire me long after.
Yeah.
But the truth is I just didn't care.
Yeah.
And I think that's what sort of it comes down to in terms of how I pivoted then and how I still live my life, is that I have to care.
Yeah.
You know, I have to
but
care.
were you sort of like moonlighting doing this and then still, because bottom line is, was it, if you're paying the bills with something and then you want to pivot, not many people have that, how do they call it?
The luxury.
The luxury or the privilege of being able to just say, hey, hang it.
So there was an overlap.
Yeah.
So there was the side hustle.
Exactly.
Which, you know, is I don't know if it's a global phenomenon. It's definitely a Nigerian phenomenon.
In fact, before you tell your parents you're going to leave a banking job to start in the arts, they'll look at you and say,
yeah,
just wait a bit.
Just
try
are you crazy?
Yes. Or they'll say, just try.
I was doing both. So I had some success with Zebra, which was my first creative.
So you were doing Zebra while you were a banker?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I was doing Zebra. I wasn't a banker. I was in principal investment. So we weren't a bank. We were a finance house. But we were doing banking, but not, you know. Zebra, I started Zebra in 2000 and I started Zebra as I moved back to Nigeria. So I started Zebra at the same time I started working at Ocean Oil Holdings. But it was just a weekend thing. Yeah. You know, my mom's garage, one tailor, one seamstress.
This is a Steve Jobs story. You know, in the garage.
Yes, it was the garage.
It was the garage thing.
She's still asking for her rent. Till now.
Yeah.
But I think she should just move on with her life.
You know.
That's
why you're
I think I repaid. I more than repaid her for that. So I was doing it in parallel. And as I said, I was good at the work. So it wasn't like I ever even had a moment with my bosses where they're like, you're too distracted by Zebra. Yeah. In fact, my first Zebra outing, all of my bosses came.
Wow.
You know, and in fact, my first clients, when I decided to go off and totally into business, were Soyande Okoli and Tokunbo Ishmael, who I reported to on both sides of the business, and remain very important friends. And a lot of my ex-colleagues within the company or people I interacted with have become my most precious
I have a lot of times with Soyande. She's so stylish.
Yes.
And, she's great.
She was my direct line manager.
Right. Okay.
So I should have stayed there. So all my friends and colleagues are, MDs of this capital company, this private equity, this and that.
No, but you're not doing so badly yourself.
I'm not doing badly.
Exactly. So don't whinge. Don't whinge.
I'm not doing badly. Just in my own lane.
Yeah.
And in a lane that we had to carve out with hose and machetes. But we're doing okay.
And then what happened once you've done Zebra? Did you decide to go all out and then?
Yes, I decided to go all out.
Right.
And I decided to go all out because I had a Damascene moment with Zebra because I was already doing this sort of parallel double dance. And then I said, let me officially make Zebra official. Sort of started my resignation process, but hadn't quite done it. Had an event at Tiger Tem, which was again
I was there.
Pioneering concept space. Yeah. Before the Temple Muses of this world was Tiger Tem, doing her thing, and I had a wonderful outing. We did a what's it called? We did what's the sale called when you have like a trunk show? Yeah, had a trunk show. These were all terms that people were not even using in Nigeria.
At that time,
Ready to wear was like, what's that?
Well, what attracted me was your graphic design of the invitations. I just thought this person is thinking.
And that's interesting because it all segues back to where we are now.
Exactly.
I was always interested in the aesthetics of the communication, the aesthetics of your experience around the clothes. It was about clothes, but more about how you're experiencing, how you're experiencing everything. And so experience is a key sort of line.
And that's where you put Lifehouse was an experience.
Absolutely. Lifehouse was an experience space that Zebra birthed. Fashion and experience led to experience in a building. Yeah. And then that a building experience, which was the Lifehouse, sort of segued into design experience. Wellness experience with our yoga program, food and culture experience with our cafe. We wanted people to experience, akara and pap on a Friday afternoon. Like, why not? Who says you can't, have ekpangari?
And then you were sitting outside because I think that was a big attraction for people.
Outdoors,
because everything was just sort of like air conditioner before and. It was really nice.
We encourage people sitting outside. We encourage people having naps outside as well. And experience was sort of like the core of everything that we were trying to communicate. And then, you know, the art experience really, again, just happened because we already had this wonderful aesthetic experience with all these bits. And so the artist started looking for me. It's like, you have this interesting space. You care about the aesthetics. You care about experience.
So you didn't seek them out. They came looking for you. All right.
No.
And then you say we.
My ex-husband and I.
Okay.
Dayo.
So he was into art and...
Dayo was into me.
Oh, how sweet.
Dayo was into me. And,
so whatever you wanted to do was good by him.
What I wanted to do. And he was interested in, you know, more music. So he's more musical, huge on wellness.
Because you had some bands and things.
We had a program. We had the most important program in the city. Yeah. You know, you could not have anything to do.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
And my inspiration was really the Barbican, because I remember the first time I went to the Barbican in London.
I went to uni at the Barbican.
Yeah. Barbican is like the beginning of everything for me. Yeah. Barbican was and is my muse. Yes. Probably not as much. It was then.
Yeah, now I don't know what's happening now with the
too cementy for me.
Maybe I just didn't see this. It was always cementy, but
I think
one could overlook.
That's actually true.
You know,
where it is.
You know, I went to business school, a CAS, which was just in the Barbican, and you had to navigate through all this jungle.
Tunnel.
The tunnel was dark and
come to this light place.
I even went to some of those flats, and they were not brilliant. But somehow you go into the Barbican
and magic.
Yeah, magic happened.
Barbican was magic. It was magic. I think with age, you want just a bit more serenity. Yeah. And I now realize I like more color. Yeah. So like even in the places, you know, that whole brutalist architecture is not for me.
I'm not feeling it anymore. You know, when I was young, maybe.
I think when we're young, we can imagine the color. As you get older, maybe you need to see the color.
Well, do you remember that poem? When I'm 80, I'm going to wear purple. You should look it up. It's fantastic. It's sort of like, I'm going to live it out. I'm going to live out large when I'm 80. All the things, maybe take up smoking, all the things you've always wanted to do.
Not? Just live it fully and colorfully.
And without, there's nothing to apologize for anymore.
No, one chance at it.
Yeah, that's it.
And no one is leaving here alive.
So, what would you have done differently if you'd known then what you know now? What would you have done differently?
I'd have signed a contract.
With?
With my Lifehouse landlady.
Okay, tell me.
I would have signed a contract.
You didn't sign a contract?
I didn't sign a contract.
For somebody who was...
For someone who spent her life savings and roped her husband into the life savings. I had a friendship. I had a friendship that was at the heart of that business relationship. And... You know, they say never mix business with friendship or business with pleasure. I disagree. I believe that you can mix business with friendship. You just need to be clear. And so that's a classic example of a friendship that led to a business, and there were gray areas. Yeah. And then there was acrimony, and then the worst of everybody showed. And of course, you know, money was lost, relationships damaged. Yeah. I would even want to say a life was lost as well in the process.
What do you mean by that?
I won't.
Okay, please don't. Yeah. Don't go into that.
A health-related thing.
Oh, right.
So, but you know, my best clients have become my best friends. I prefer to do business with people I know. Yeah. I think it's important to do business with people you know.
Well, that's what people do, but not necessarily on a friendship basis.
Yes, you must never assume that any relationship is forever. So we had been friends for 20 years. There was a 20-year relationship already. Yeah. So I took a lot for granted. And of course, because I was the business leader, my husband also followed me into that business without checking all these things that he would never have done, because he's an oil and gas guy doing millions of dollars worth of business that you must have contracts for. But Ugoma, romantic and excited and gung-ho on her first business. Yeah. You know, but I'm glad that happened.
I think lessons were probably learned on both sides. The two of you probably were naive and you took some things for granted.
I agree, we did. Yeah. We took things for granted. We took the understanding and limitations for granted. And then you also take for granted the fact that, you know, because you have understood each other for 20 years means that you're going to understand for the next 20. which is why people break up. You know, you can understand someone for 20 years and then on the 21st, go into lack of understanding.
Your eyebrows go into your hairline, and you say,
and now you want to wear purple.
Yes, you do know what?
I've been wearing white all this time.
And smoke.
Why? And there's no reason. It's just what it is, and then you can either cope and morph, or you cannot. And I don't think there's a right or wrong answer.
But I think what I learned from I've been quoting this chick, they'll start thinking I've got shares in her or something. Meghan Markle, who says, you just have to be clear.
Yes, I believe in clarity.
It's not rude, it's not pushy.
Be clear.
But if there's clarity, then if somebody then does something against that, then you'll know who's wrong and who's right.
I tell my staff all the time, they're here. So on a knife fight, we've been together for 15 years. I said feedback. Let call and respond.
Some marriages don't last that long.
No, I'm telling you that. He has tried to leave many times. Like, come back, we're not going anywhere.
Yes, okay.
All my staff have with me for a long time, and they're my most precious relationships. You know, my staff are my family. And it's because you know, you can be clear sometimes when there's no emotion. You know, or when it doesn't start with emotion. But clarity is everything. And it's something that, you know, for my 40th, I remember some of my hashtags, clarity was the most powerful one. And it's what I wish for everybody when they turn 40. Even though I think that maybe clarity may be possible at 30, but I'm not so sure. I know for sure by 40, if that is not in your life, then I'm not sure how you're developing.
Or maybe you just don't care. I say, I don't want clarity. Some people said, you know, clarity is overrated. Sometimes I don't even want to hear the news. I'm just going to go into my meal samboon, and I don't want clarity. I don't want to know. There's too much angst involved in clarity sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Some people work better that way. It's like...
to just mushy lines.
You know, I have a friend who had some health issues.
You know, if you think about, like we're talking about your friend. Because I know a lot of doctors during COVID were the most in denial. I know. You know, and so I would find, how are the doctors who are the ones diagnosing and treating the ones who don't want to know about whether they have COVID or not? Because one of the diagnoses was that most of the psychological effects of knowing you have a disease can probably just peg you off. So it's better not to know. But
it's like a friend whose husband was having an affair. You want to tell her.
No, you can't tell her.
She puts her hands, covering her ears. No, papa du malheur. No, papa du malheur.
Oh my goodness.
She doesn't want clarity. You know, clarity means choices.
Yeah, stay in bliss.
She doesn't want to make. She doesn't want to make.
Ignorance is bliss.
Please leave me be. You know,
leave me.
Don't tell me. Over. Just leave me. I'm happy. let him check out. As long as it doesn't bring it to my house, I'm okay.
Give me no disease.
Yeah. So do you have a cunning master plan of life that now you've got clarity? Do you have a plan of where you want to go? I know you have some projects.
I want to be in bed at 10 o'clock every day.
Is that achievable? No, because some people's brains just don't shut down.
It's my plan. And it's,
okay, so it's an aspiration.
It is a big aspiration because every single time I've ever gone to bed for 10, my next day was like I was on drugs.
Oh, wow.
The difference is clear.
Yeah.
Go to bed at 11, not the same.
All right.
Go to bed before 10 p.m., transformational next day.
Okay.
Yes. So in everything.
So that's your aspiration.
I need to aspire to
that. That's low hanging fruit.
Is it?
I'm talking of the bigger, cunning master plan of conquering the world.
I don't really think I have a cunning master plan. I mean, I have like where I would love to be.
Yeah.
I don't know at what age this would be, but I see having, tick the boxes of, creating all these wonderful brands and experiences from Zebra to Bloom to Lights Camera Africa.
Well, because that's another thing I was going to find an angle to bring in. You've done some amazing stuff. I mean, you pioneered the Lights Camera Africa thing.
Yes.
Is it still going?
It's on hiatus. She's on a break.
Okay,
We're on a break.
Because that's a
like
awful
Ross
lot
and
of
Rachel.
work.
No, but we will come back. You see, the thing about it is as well, for me, there has always been purpose and almost like a problem-solving angle. you know, I always say to friends that I probably, with God's blessing and mercy, have 6 lives.
Okay.
In this my one life, right?
Yeah.
I
not asking for much, are you?
No.
No. Okay.
No,
That's fine.
Just know when.
And why not?
Know when one starts.
Yeah.
Know when. Oprah said something about this wonderful knowing when to say bye.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't always have to be about angst. It's good to know your beginnings and your ends. Seasons.
No navel gazing.
Seasons come and go.
No would I, should I, could I.
If you believe in the ultimate end goal,
Yeah.
or if you believe more in the journey, because
Yeah.
the journey is the destination,
Yeah.
then you are in the present. So if I feel like I've done my very best with something, with Zebra, it came to a natural end. At the time, there's now a new opportunity.
Yeah.
But we pioneered a space and a movement that the beneficiaries have been active in.
Yeah.
And maybe now the time is to specialize, or maybe even time is to teach, or time to even disrupt again. With Lights Camera Africa, we were solving a very clear problem, which was that alternative films, alternative Nigerian film. In fact, there was even no genre at the time called alternative Nigerian. Yeah, there was Nollywood only.
Yeah.
We paved a way for those filmmakers to have a place to express, show their work, get constructive criticism, get business opportunities, and get artistic, recognition.
But you had other filmmakers from Africa. It wasn't just Nigeria.
Yes, it was Africa. It was Lights Camera Africa, and there was Africa in diaspora.
Yeah.
It was also global and world film that had an African context. You know, we had films from Russia. We had a film from from China even at one point, but relating to our African context. But yes, that was problem solving.
And then
festival.
You did the woman thing every year.
Woman Rising.
You have a woman.
Woman Rising.
Woman Rising.
It was also, and that's that's morphing back as well.
Is it coming back?
Yes, it's morphing back this year. Again, what did I want to do? I wanted, and I still do, and I'm doing this in the art world specifically now, is connect female creatives to female enablers.
Okay.
Because I have had a career where most of my enablers were men. And most of the enablers, the ones who have the power to enable, either the financial wherewithal or even the boldness to enable, tend to be men. And it's not because they're not female enablers. Sometimes it's that because we have, issues communicating, there are all sorts of baggage. I also understand this. I know how many times people have said to me, oh, bitch, her face is always this, and then they come and they have a conversation and they're like, she's so nice. I'm like,
why do you start on that premise? Women are so judgmental.
There's pain. I feel like there's genuine baggage and pain that people do not undo and work on. People are not working enough on themselves to release themselves and forgive themselves. Because if you see yourself in the best light, you will see another person in the best light. The fact that you already say someone's a dragon is you. You're the dragon. And so everybody's a dragon. So there's a lot of like
unresolved
personal work
issues
that I think we need to do as a nation. I think we have to do that as a nation. I think men also have to do that, and the dynamics will probably change.
But women in particular, I found, like you, most of the help I've had in life has been through men.
Yeah, I've had
women talk. I have some really great friends, but I don't think I've done business with any of them. And
it's a shame.
I'd go to a man I didn't know before,
shame.
And he'll make a judgment call.
Yeah.
And decide, okay, I'm going to go. They're bolder. Maybe they have more access to the funds or the power to actually write, not necessarily a check, but even just a permit for you to do something.
That's also something I find. Permission.
Yeah.
Very few women, can maybe if you have a man, and so for example, in my art world, a client comes, she has to check with her husband.
Oh gosh.
He may not like this.
Yeah.
He may not like this. Very rarely do I have a man who wants to consult his wife. Yeah. Some of them do, but not all.
Yeah.
But the woman always needs to check. In fact, somebody is returning work to me this week because he doesn't like it. He doesn't like it. And I'm just like, but you can't, it's okay. To bring it back, madam.
Gosh.
Let's try and help you sell it. But it's, so I imagine if, women had the freedom to just decide.
I think they do have the freedom. It's their choice, though, isn't it?
You know me, I'm single, so I can't even comment at this point.
Okay. Look, even single women, I know single women who
I can't comment.
They will not give themselves some things because they worry how it would look. And they would not be maybe marketable, or people will think they're too high maintenance or whatever
but
it is.
But we do have that problem in Nigeria.
Yeah.
We have that problem. As I said, I feel everybody, the whole nation needs a psychological evaluation. Okay. We need therapy. We all need therapy.
We all need collective therapy.
We all need therapy.
I thought church was our therapy at the moment. No. People they sublimate therapy
I don't
for church.
think that church is doing it for us.
Well, something ain't working.
Something isn't working.
So we need to find out what it is.
Yeah, something isn't working. I think more people need to self-reflect.
On your journey, are you sort of now medium term, or you're still starting, or do you think you're on the long stretch? This is your long term plan.
I think I'm now in my long stretch.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel that it's been a very compact, let's say, almost 20 years.
Yeah. Well, you certainly don't look it. You look exactly the same way I remember seeing you. I
moisturize.
Yes, sisters and moisturization is a big thing.
Yes. Drink your water. Pomade your face. And leave mad people alone.
Yeah.
Just let them go.
And bad energy.
Let them go.
Yeah.
Just let them go.
Let bad energy go.
And music.
Yes,
Music will
Okay, I'm going to get there in a minute. Don't talk about the music.
Okay.
I'm just going to ask you. Okay, so what next for you now?
So what next? Mbari Kola. Mbari Kola is a culmination of all these things.
Okay. Mbari as in Mbari Mbayo,
yes,
or the original
precisely.
Mbari started as an Igbo something. Then there's the Yoruba Mbari Mbayo.
Absolutely.
So which one are you referencing?
All. Okay, I'm referencing all because one led to the other.
Okay, yeah.
And because I do that sort of thing, and I just show up, I'm inserting myself into that
Mbari space.
Yes, because essentially what I realized accidentally that I was doing, and we were doing as a unit at the Life House, and even as a community, was a modern day Mbari.
Yes, that's true.
And I have realized that through my career and the way I want to interact with the art space from a very cultural originating point is Mbari. I have been an Mbari all my non-finance career. So it's to now properly state that, institutionalize it, and create a house where all these things can be elevated, where art can be elevated and return to its rightful place, where cultural concepts can be elevated and return to their rightful place, where our interactions are not just about commerce, but about culture, which I believe is the thing missing.
Yeah.
And it'll be a gallery, a library,
so it's socializing. Magnified.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's Lifehouse 2.0.
Yeah, or 3.0.
Or 3.0. Or 3X.
Or whatever. Oh, yes.
Lifehouse to infinity.
Yes.
And we're going to call one of the buildings on the plot the Lifehouse.
Oh, yes.
As a homage to the past.
Yeah.
But it's Kola, and I suffix it with Kola to reference a neutralizing and unifying idea of what a Nigeria could be.
Like because in kola nut,
the kola nut
is found in every...
The kola nut.
Yeah. Mbari Kola.
So, I mean, it's registered as a Mbari and Kola.
Okay.
But the logo
so you've got the space now?
Yes, I've got the space. We're working on the island. Renovating. Yes, it's going to be in Ikoyi.
Oh, brilliant.
It's a garden, it's a waterfront.
Oh, cool.
It's going to be a membership-based space. We're going to ask collectors and enablers and, lovers of the arts to join. It's going to be a place for the collector as well as the artists, the writers.
It'll be somewhere they can meet.
Where they can meet. Okay. Where they can be affirmed in their choices. Enabled, yes. Where they can have a residency. There's going to be a residency space there. There is going to be a wine and a wine.
Small chops. Nigeria, you can't do without a fried yam and stew.
There will not be small chops.
Oh no! What are they going to eat?
They will not be small chops. We'll figure out what you eat.
Okay,
but it will not be small chops.
Okay, cool.
Because the oil and the arts don't
go together.
Because the center point of this is a gallery.
Yeah.
So the center point is a gallery, and the gallery is important because it's going to be primarily a non-selling gallery. So as I said, this is now the part of my life where I go back and go further into the service of the space.
Okay.
We've had, by God's grace and mercy, had a good commercial run. We will continue to make money because I must be able to buy my shoes and things.
Yes.
But
I love the shoes. Okay.
But we must continue. But again, you know, like my coach says to me, I don't believe that at this point my best skill and talent is to be used just for commercial gain. I am great at that. I'm excellent at selling, but I need to now use Ugoma and the brand that is Ugoma and the force that is Ugoma to open up other doors for many more people in the art ecosystem. And so that's what we're going to do.
Okay, now this wasn't part of my script. You said coach?
Yes.
You have a life coach?
Yes, I have a coach, yes.
I'm so impressed.
Yeah, I do.
We'll talk later. Okay. Okay. This is where we get to the sort of like not so rapid fire.
Yes.
Okay. What's the one thing left on your bucket list? Mbari Kola or something else?
No, Mbari's already there.
It's not even on a bucket list. It's happening.
Going to Japan.
Japan?
Going
Okay.
to Japan.
Never been there?
Never been.
Oh, okay, cool.
Never been.
Sunday morning church or chill?
Sunday morning chill. Wednesday afternoon church.
Okay, cool. Catholic?
I'm Anglican.
Oh, Anglican.
On the way to maybe being Catholic. Don't tell my mom.
Okay, that's a story for another day.
Don't tell her. But Anglican.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who do you admire most?
Who do I admire most? My mom.
Oh.
Yeah, my mom. Yeah. Not because she gave birth to me or tolerates me.
But that's always helpful.
No, she's light. My mom is an old woman that is light. She's young and light.
Her spirit is light.
Yeah. I like her.
That is a deep thing.
I actually like her.
Yeah, I like her. If she wasn't your mom, you'd
if she was my mom, we'll be eating amala and drinking wine like on weekends. Yeah. Like I like her. She's light. She's light, and that's a
deep.
big aim.
Yeah,
you need to, and it's faith that can help you, but just a philosophy. So I genuinely like her.
Oh, brilliant! Now, if you weren't doing what you're doing, I know you've been a finance person. What would be that dream job? That I know. Hey. I've done the bits I want to do, but what would it that you would still want to do as a job if you couldn't do what you're doing now?
Does that have to be one thing?
I told you I have these lives. It's sort of like an amalgamation because you like amalgamations. Of
I love amalgamations. I'm a Leo. This is our problem.
Yes.
Our problem. So I would love to probably and if I wasn't doing what I'm doing, I could do it. But maybe I may still even do it.
You will still do it also.
So I would love to be like a chauffeur.
Okay.
Like I'd love to drive people, like
is that
wealthy
just nosiness?
People. No, I want to basically be paid to drive like an S-Class.
Okay.
Up and down the place.
You like cars?
So I love cars.
Okay.
So I want to be a driver.
You're a petrol head.
I love cars.
Okay.
So and I love Mercedes. So I want to drive people
Mercedes.
around. So imagine picking people up, making them feel comfortable, offering them water, and
but you still have their car to drive.
Enjoying the car.
Why don't you just do valet parking?
No! You won't go anywhere now.
You want to go on that autobahn.
I want to go on the autobahn. I want to drive to the airport and pick somebody up.
Drop them off and then speed in their car when they're not there.
I want to be a chauffeur. I want to be a luxury car chauffeur.
Okay.
I want to be...
No Morris Minor for you.
No.
Okay.
S
or Robin Rely.
Or Rolls Royce or something.
Okay. That's cool.
So I would do that. And I probably would be I wouldn't be a florist, but I'll be a flower arranger.
Oh, right. I love your plants. They're so lush.
I'd love to do that.
I'd love to do that. Yeah. And clumping them together just gives them something.
I like the arrangement. I like putting...
shopping around and stuff. Yeah.
My favorite thing is to deconstruct a bouquet.
Yeah.
And then also, I think the other thing I might like to do is... I'd love to be a singer.
No.
Yeah, I'd love to be a singer.
In the style of Thames or in the style of Beyonce?
In the style of Nina Simone or Ella Fitzgerald.
That angst-ridden, navel-gazing,
no, it's sultry,
kind of...
No, not all the songs. A jazz singer.
Gosh, this is music to slash your wrist to.
It's not.
Nina Simone, I love her to bits, but Every time I hear her, you just feel like this lady has suffered.
No, she did suffer.
I know she suffered, but I don't always
She did suffer. No, but there's some upbeat. I mean, come on. I've got the song. I've got Life is like it wakes
that's
me
life
up.
affirming.
I love Nina. So like I would be a singer, some kind of singer. You know,
or Tracy Chapman. Look outside, see what's
Tracy.
happening. Look outside, see what's happening. Then quickly go and write something about it.
I love Tracy Chapman. I love Tracy Chapman. Something like that with the guitarist behind.
Yeah.
Nothing too heavy. Just like ballads.
Okay, when you have your Lifehouse Mark II or Mark III, why don't you just have a session and
it's better to learn how to sing
first. That might help. Or you get us drunk and we won't be able to tell the difference.
Blood coming out of people's ears.
Okay, now if Nigeria goes belly up, which we know it won't.
It won't go belly up.
It will certainly not.
We will not allow
it to go belly up. As they say, no palpa du malheur.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Where would you live?
Where would I live? I'll live in London.
Okay. Why?
I'll live in London.
Because it's what you're used to?
No, it's actually just my favorite place to be.
London then or London now? Because it's a huge change.
London now.
Okay.
London now. London then never. When I left London, no. London now.
In the last 3 years, I think there's been, or 5 years, I think there's been a seismic change.
Well, there are a lot of people in London now, yeah.
Post-Brexit.
The English are probably regretting their choices.
They're going through some things at the moment, and it's the right-wing twist to England that I'm finding really scary. You know, it's changing.
Maybe I might even still change my mind because I never spent that long there.
Yeah.
But I say that because it's like the city.
Yeah.
It's a city. It's a country in a city.
Yeah.
So the things I love about the city, I like the speed, I like energy, but I love the fact that I feel like I'm in a park.
Yes.
You're like in a big city park because everywhere you go, there's a commons, there's a park,
there's greenery,
there's your galleries. I can be high on art. I can be high on music.
Theater.
I can have my coffee. I can walk anywhere I like.
Well, post-Brexit, they don't have the staff to man those places anymore. You go to your coffee shop and there's no...
Is it that bad?
It's getting... Wow. Yeah, it's not that bad, but it's getting there. Okay, so what are you reading at the moment?
At the moment, my friend just wrote Expert in All Styles. So a friend of mine, a dear friend of mine, who's a finance guy, but was writing at night and on the weekends. I like to think that I was involved. I take credit.
Okay, even if he doesn't
give him, even if he doesn't give, for pushing him to like, look, you are a writer. You have something. You really have something. Over the years, I used to listen to some of the stuff he would write. Yeah. I was like, why don't you publish? You must publish. I think he did one essay. So eventually he decided to publish something. So Farafina has just published Expert in All Styles by I.O. Ichiru.
Expert in All Styles.
Yes, it's a collection of short stories, really just like Nigeria anecdotes. Yeah. But told from a very, maybe like slightly witty, sarcastic, critical. Yeah.
Lovingly critical.
Angle, lovingly critical of just like the Nigerianisms. Yes. Nigerianisms. It's funny and I love it.
It's not published yet, or it's
published.
Already?
It's available.
Okay,
it's like Quintessence. And,
okay, good.
Yeah, Experts in All Styles.
Experts in All Styles.
Experts in All Styles. And of course on the cover it's like one of these, almanac type pictures that you would find in a barber shop.
Yes.
Experts in All Styles.
I love Farafina and Bookcraft's covers.
Yes.
They're very nice. They really take time to do them.
So that's what I'm going through at the moment, slowly.
Okay.
Because again,
is it a collection of short stories?
It's a collection of short stories. So very easy to read.
Or put them in the loo.
Yeah.
They're always
very nice to read. Very nice to read.
Okay. Now, what is on your Spotify list? Or what is your current favorite song?
I listen to current favorite song.
Yeah.
I feel very ashamed to say this.
Why?
But I'm very proud to say it.
Yes.
It's Feel, Davido's Feel.
Oh, right.
Right now.
I don't even know.
Right now, that's on repeat.
Is that the one on the latest album?
Yes.
Okay. All I know is I'm unavailable.
No, I don't like that one.
All I know.
Unavailable is okay, but no, it's not the song. The song on that is Feel.
I can't get over it. It's
jam.
in my head and I hate it. Feel. Can you sing it? Maybe I'll recognize it.
I can play it for you.
No, you want to sing.
No, I can't sing.
Your bucket list is to
feel
sing.
It. Then go hold it
down.
down.
I've heard it.
Then go hold it. Then I'll be on the phone calling you tonight.
There's hope.
Don't want to sleep alone. Wanna hold you tight when I close my eyes, and I'll be alright forever. Something. It's It's a jam.
It's not
no,
bad,
he tried.
actually.
He tried.
I recognize it now. Then go feel it.
He has.
Do you know where I heard it?
Where?
I suddenly remembered. Wike, the politician, when he was doing one campaign,
let's end this interview.
They played it. I said, "What is this
It's
song?"
a great song. It's a great
now,
song.
all the politicians apparently now use it if they want to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they say, then go feel it.
Oh.
Yes. So I didn't want to spoil it for you, but
you spoiled it for me.
That's why I remember
You
it.
spoiled it for me.
No, it's great.
I heard it in Zanzibar for the first time.
Wow.
I went to my
Zanzibar,
cousin's 50th, and that's the first. I could not believe it. And I was like, "What's this?" And I now did the Shazam. I was like, "Davido? Can you imagine?" Because I'm always on my own playlist. Yes. And I listen to a lot of
what do you normally listen?
So what I normally listen to, I'm in between.
Yeah.
So it'll be sort of like jazz, like soul-y jazz. I like a lot of house.
Yeah.
I would say maybe before this, my favorite. I love a lot of rap as well.
Yeah.
So like.
Old school rap.
Yes, I like old school. Dr. Dre, like the Chronic.
Yeah, those
the Chronic.
Not these
Snoop
ones.
Doggy,
I can't even understand.
I don't listen to any new music
rap,
in R&B, in hip hop or anything. I don't know. I love the Roots.
Okay.
I love Talib Kweli.
Oh, I love Talib Kweli. Yeah, he's.
And then I love
Jill Scott.
Oh, I love Jill Scott.
Jill Scott.
So that's like
okay.
Erykah Badu.
Oh, Erykah Badu she's
deep.
She's a bit too deep for me.
She's so deep.
I'm more like the India Irie.
I love Erykah. Erykah has Green Eyes.
Yeah,
Green Eyes is again Green Eyes is top 10 best songs
all
ever
time,
ever written. Ever sung, ever written.
Okay.
But yeah, what I'm listening to now is
Davido. Okay, there go.
Davido's Feel.
Yes.
I'll move back to some Amapiano next week.
Amapiano.
But the Oja Piano is also a very good song. I just heard
that one.
It's new.
Okay.
It's actually.
Is that a Nigerian song?
It's a Nigerian song, but it's beautiful because it's Nigerian. It's Casey, I think.
Okay.
He has put.
Kiss Daniel?
Casey.
Okay, Casey something. Yeah.
I think it's epic because again I'm a culture girl.
Yeah.
He has taken the Oja, which is a flute, an Igbo flute. That sound you hear in those Nollywood films, they're like,
that's what they call the Oja piano.
Yeah, so he's fused the Oja with Amapiano, and it's just amazing.
I'm definitely in the car on the way home now.
So I think that'll be a classic.
Okay, now finally,
yeah,
you have to tell me a joke.
Okay,
and you're allowed to be smutty. Yes.
First of all, I don't really tell. Okay, no, I tell more. I'm more sarcastic than I tell jokes, but I'm going to try.
I can do saki.
I'm sure I'll try.
I can do saki.
We have to. I'm not in the mood for
it's
saki.
Okay, just tell us.
But I have this joke, and
we're already laughing.
I've heard a friend of mine. It's like one of these. So it's supposed to have some wisdom at it, but it's funny. It says, "Man, we put the 2 leg for 2 canoe. Surely, water much touch it block us."
What is that?
Man, we put 2 leg for 2
different canoes.
Yes, 2 different canoes.
Yeah.
Surely, water must touch his balls.
In other words, don't
you need to
time your girlfriend.
You need to commit.
You need to
commit.
You know?
So, man,
that's why I like worry people.
I love them.
This is such a
so
worry.
my big brother Ebisa Rewani said this thing one day,
Ebisco.
and I almost died.
It's Ebisco's kind of.
I was like, what are you saying?
It's Ebisco's kind of joke.
Man, we put his leg for 2 kilos. Surely water must touch it block us. First of all, I was like, block us. that was hard to hear.
That's a new thing for the lexicon.
I learned that one. Block us is like testicles. So block us. I learned something. Yeah. So yeah, but it's like they have these funny ways.
That is one joke I'm not going to steal. I'm certainly not going to.
I never forgot it.
Yes, I'm not going to.
I never forgot it.
Okay.
I never forgot it.
You have been such a star. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for
I really look forward to this. And it's just been like catching up.
Yes.
I know. I can sort of remember all the parts of my life. The zebra outfit.
I love it. I'm
waiting. I'll be your first customer for the new one. We're going to
let you sample everything.
Yes,
You'll be our muse.
And then, if people want to reach you, how do they reach you?
I'm on Instagram, Ugoma Ebilah.
Do you answer your own Instagram?
I do.
Okay, cool.
I do. I answer my own Instagram. I answer my own phone.
Okay.
So
Ugoma Ebilah.
Ugoma Ebilah on Instagram. I'm on LinkedIn as well as Ugoma Ebilah.
But Instagram is your main thing.
Instagram is my main thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you.
And if for some reason you ever find my phone number, which is actually in the public domain,
is it?
Text.
Okay.
Because I don't answer my phone.
And then you answer.
I don't actually answer phone calls.
But you answer the text.
But if you text me, I will.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Well, thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe. Banana Island Living. You can check us out on Instagram as well. Banana Island Living. We do the occasional Twitter.
No, I'm not on Twitter.
We more or less stalk people.
I like Banana Island. I like Instagram.
Do you know Instagram works?
I like Instagram.
It's instant.
Please tag me and we'll let people know.
You, yeah.
But thank you. I really enjoyed this.
Thank you. It's been brilliant.
Thank you so much.
I thought I'd be nervous doing this video thing.
Especially with these people
Do you
sitting down
know?
here.
I thought I'd be nervous, but I'm really quite happy.
No, I'm happy
that
too.
we did it.
It means it was good, and I'm happy we chose to be here.
Really good
I know
energy.
I was really worried that maybe you wouldn't feel as
No. It's
comfortable.
you.
Yeah.
Of course I'll be comfortable.
Yeah.
Thank
so now
you.
we can have a Now we can have a breather. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.